So you're thinking about turning your multifamily property into condos before you sell it. Let's talk about some of the considerations that you want to think about before you do that. I'm SandiWarner with Warner Realty Group, and we're going to talk today to sellers who have multifamily units that they're thinking about possibly turning into condo units and then selling. There's a couple reasons why you might want to do this. Number one, or usually the primary reason would be that given whatever's happening in your market, you can make more money selling these as individual units than you can selling it as a multifamily home. So what do you want to think about first? Number one, you want to make sure that the area that you're in will let you do this. If you've got a 6-unit building and you're going to convert it to condos and you're grandfathered in under parking regulations, you want to maybe talk to the city inspector first and make sure that when you change it into condos, which changes the use of the building, do you lose your grandfathered status when it comes to things like parking? The second thing you want to think about, and I know this in Rhode Island better than if you're in Massachusetts, this may or may not apply to you. But in Rhode Island, if you convert a 6-family or a 2-family or a 4-family into condominiums, you are substantially changing the use of the building, which will require an update of your fire systems. Depending on the size of your building and everything that goes along with that, how many units you've got, it could result in you having to do sprinkler systems or fire panels or fire escapes, or make sure you make a phone call and get yourself a good consultant. I like to use Ray Gomes, who's based in Newport, where I am. If you want his phone number, I'm happy to give you that. He's a retired fire captain, and he will go through and professionally advise you on if you make that change, what are you looking at for changes? Another thing to bear in mind, if you have a multifamily that's got existing tenants in place, Rhode Island and Massachusetts both require that you give the tenants notice and you give them first right of refusal. Rhode Island, I believe, is a 60-day notice, and you have to sell it, at the same way that you would sell to the public. You can't make the public deal better than the tenants deal. And if those tenants are 62 and over, if I'm reading the rules correctly, you have to give that tenant a year's notice. Now, how that works if you've got leases that are already in place, it could be that your leases are expiring and you can just not renew. Make sure you consult with an attorney who really knows this area of the law. I've never done anything personally involved with this. I have a couple of attorneys that I would be happy to refer you to who I'm sure are very skilled in this area. So you may get not stuck. I mean, they're paying tenants, but you may have to honor them for longer than you were planning. The other thing to bear in mind is people who are buying condominiums are generally looking for excellent condition. They're looking for a condo because they're looking for a very concise space, often somewhat minimalist. They're not looking for giant areas that they have to take care of. They don't want to take care of lawns. You got to think about how does your housing association go together. So it all kind of boils down to, does it take more time? Will you miss out on the market? Will you actually end up with a higher net after you convert it than you would if you just sold it? Because of your requirements and your obligations to your tenants. For the cost of condoizing, you have to hire a law firm to do that. They're going to be drafting documents for you. They're going to help you with the sales and do resale certificates, not resale at the first offering. You may have zoning issues. You may have fire issues. All good things to consider. The market, as we're filming this in 2021, this is early 2021. They're predicting that it will be a really good market. So it's possible that you could come out way ahead on this. Definitely something to think about. Get good professional advice. Call me if I can help. It's 401-662-7204. And if you decide you just want to sell it as a multifamily, we can help you with that too. Hope you have a great day. Hope this was helpful to you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.